In 50 years, what will people be nostalgic for? Owning something you don't pay a subscription for. Owning anything outright. Honey, my liver stopped working. Did you forget to pay the subscription again? Edit. Wow. I did not expect this to blow up as what I say as my liver self-destructs after another failed payment. We can't afford it. We need at least one of us with teeth. Our digestive system subscription is draining us dry as is. Easily accessible fresh water. Drinking water from the tap. You know, son, when I was your age we didn't have a subscription model to make toasts every morning. We'd just put bread in and toast would pop out. You had to put bread manually, grandpa. Oh yes, but we didn't have to listen to 3 mandatory advertisements. Oh, and one more thing, we could use any underscore bread we want. Holy shit, any bread, and it would still toast them? Yep, we could even throw it in the bathtub and end our misery. Edit. I'm laughing my off right now. You are all hilarious, but whoever sent me a Reddit care sources message takes the cake. Thanks for caring, and thanks for making my day. You guys are great. Also, if it wasn't a joke and you really care, I'm fine. And yet again, thank you for caring. Well, I'll be 110, so I'm going to say breathing. I'll be 102. TBH. With advances as they are, we might be able to meet up for a drink. So, what do you say? Beers on me. September 20th, 2072. Someone do the remind me thing. Grandparents will say to their grandkids, when I was your age, I had to get off the screen and actually go to school, uphill, both ways, in snow, while fighting a pandemic, and dodging mass shootings. Privacy. Even babies are overexposed today. Try lowering your ISO. Follow this guy for great photography tips lol. Not so great astrophotography tips, though, till there are babies in space. Being confident that the person they see on screen is a real person and not AI. Why would you put a real person on screen? Seems extravagant, nostalgic and expensive. Everyone in 2072. Well shit. It will be cheaper, won't it? Devices will have an onboard spy with sweet AI helper already. Once the groundwork is laid, it's much more efficient to send chat data and construct an avatar instead of sending video data. Weirdly enough, even writing will have to be done entirely differently. I'm writing scientific research articles on a regular basis and there are some AI tools that are just insanely handy when it comes to grammar and style. I use Grammarly, Qley, and have been getting into GPT-3 lately, just in order to make publication ready writing easier and faster. And it really works. I have a can of frozen themed chicken noodle soup that I plan to sell when I'm 70, so hopefully that cause I don't have a lot of money in my retirement fund. At least you have a plan. I don't understand plans that don't involve Tahiti. You just gotta have faith. Author. Some goddamned faith. Being able to do basic maintenance on your car without needing a shop manual and a year's salary worth of special tools. John Deere has entered with BMW in tow. Wrong, John Deere was remotely disabled because it detected it was worked on in an unauthorized shop. It's about the BMW, though, where the owner cancelled the annual subscription for seat heating and unfortunately the ignition too. Repo men hate it. Instead of repossessing a car with lapsed payments, just disable the ignition service remotely. Movies made 30 years from now. Nostalgia always runs in 20-year cycles. Hang on to your clothes, kids, because fashion is cyclical. I have clothes in my closet from 2005 waiting to make a reappearance at my next yard sale. Edit. I forgot to verb. These clothes are huge amongst teens in the UK at least. The Y2K look is big. Keys. Even more specific vehicle keys. Even more specific Alicia keys. Even more specific Ketas. Even more specific Florida keys. The Netherlands. It'll be spoken of like Atlantis. A utopia of giants, weed, prostitutes, and bicycles. Heaven. God made heaven and earth. But the Dutch made the Netherlands. And even God had to admit, yay, that's pretty good. Being able to be anonymous online. Excellent point, Tom. I'm over here. Congrats on the MySpace sale, buddy. Thanks. Privacy. Well, shite. Nostalgic about that already. Social media. Not because it's good, but because whatever comes next will probably suck more. It's called shitter. https://southpark.cc.com/videoclip/m31v1z/southpark. It's called shitter. Flush, and that's another juice for the gossip toilet. Ha. I just watched The Good Place, all of it, last week. Is this a weird coincidence, or has Reddit been littered with Good Place quotes this whole time and I never realized? As I was saying before, I saw the time niffathy are pretty common around here. Adblock/skippable ads. In the future decade I can see repeatable and blockable ads becoming mainstream in places like YouTube, Netflix, etc. I'm already nostalgic for that. We are heading now to minutes long ads and this sucks so much when I think of the original YouTube, adblock. Early 2000s internet, where you could search something on Google and your biometric data and search records weren't sent to 50+ government agencies and data mining firms. The number of wild animals that exist and can be seen, they are already on the decline. I already miss seeing hedgehogs while walking home. This is in England. Their numbers have been dwindling for quite some time. There'd be more habitats for them if they just shared the hedge. A comment so stupid I wish it was mine. Water probably. Do not, my friends, become addicted to water. It will take hold of you, and you will resent its absence. Witness. That 1 month when everyone was playing Pokemon Go. That Go summer was basically the opposite of the pandemic. 2020 was Pokemon Stay. I've wrote out the basics for Pokemon Gone, where Go and COVID happened at the same time. And everyone gets COVID and dies. Definitely an interesting idea to ponder. Clean air and water depending how things turn out for the planet. If things get better, The Simpsons. Nah, The Simpsons will still be around in 50 years. They'll outlive us all. It's funny actually. My sister used to watch that show in the 90s. You know, because the show has been around since the late 80s. Here's the thing. Daily life has always portrayed Homer as a older balding man. Yet in the last few years they had an episode that portrayed Homer as a teenager in a flashback that took place in the 90s. Edit. For references //www. reddit.com/r/twobestfriendsplace/comments/m596rj/the_simpsons_homer_from_being_undiscore. Wasn't it over a decade ago that Homer was portrayed as being in college in the 90s? Everything about today's art, style, decor, culture, movies, shows, music and news events, it will seem old-fashioned and from a simpler time. In 50 years, I wonder if it's gonna feel weird being nostalgic for a time that capitalized so heavy on nostalgia already. I mean, all the movies, a lot of fashion and decor already drew so heavily from past. But I guess Happy Days came out in the 70s, 80s and it still worked. It's always been that way though. There are a ton of movies and musicals set in the 1910s that were made in the early 1960s. 1810s fashion/architecture/style was based on an obsession with the ancient Greeks. We are constantly nostalgic for earlier generations and cultures. The Renaissance was just Europe being nostalgic for the classical era. And the Roman Empire's architecture was just them being nostalgic about ancient Greek architecture. Privacy. There's barely any left now. Coral reefs. Stable weather. Already nostalgic about that. Slip and sliders. Look at Mr. Fansipens here who could afford a branded slip and slide. Back in my day we had to make do with a tarp and a running hose. Air and water. Snow. My mum speaks about how every winter in the 70s, there would always be massive amounts of snow that would stay around for days. I've only had 2 times in my life where snow has stuck around for a day. The rest of snow days would either never stick to the ground or it'll stick, but it'll melt away within the hour. It's rare that we get snow. God, I remember snow days. Where you got a day off from school because getting there was too difficult. No kid where I'm from has gotten a snow day since I became an adult. Last year my kids managed to get a snow day, but the district turned them into remote learning days instead, so they didn't actually get a day off. I don't think they'll ever have a snow day again. I'd tell the school at that point to F off and let my kids have fun at home or outside. Net neutrality. Kind of already am. Wilderness spaces with little or no human settlement.